This is Audible.
Dreamscape presents Bad Bishop by L.J. Shen. Narrated by Corvin King
and Lucy Rivers.
Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Edgar Allan Poe. May the flowers remind us why the rain was so necessary. Zen Oku. Term: Bad Bishop. In chess, a bad bishop is a bishop that is blocked by its own pawns, making its scope and the number of squares it can control very limited. A bad bishop is considered irredeemable. Afterword. Don Machiavelli, Vello, Ferrante was dying. It was the worst-kept secret in the mafia. His diagnosis was a mystery, his decline rapid. Death scratched its pointed claws on his door, penetrated the paper-thin yellowing leather of his skin. Drip, drip, dripped from his dim, dry eyes. It was pathetic, unacceptable, even, that he reeked of it. The stench of dysfunctional liver and kidneys exuding from his shriveling body. The putrid breath. The unraveling of his mortal existence. Vello hated games, with the exception of chess. He was a master chess player. Chess was good, smart, strategic. Chess was war. You conquered and divided, captured and ruined. Most importantly, chess was fair. All of it wouldn't have mattered if Don Vello wasn't important. As it happened, he was the big boss, the ruler of New York. Being the head of the Ferrante Camorra clan meant he was free to choose whoever he saw the most fit to be a successor. There was Luca, his oldest son and natural heir, part aristocrat, part horseman, calculated and quiet, smooth and cold as marble. Achilles, his middle son, feared by all and loved by none. A Greek warrior, a monster that contorted itself into the form of a human, always one moment away from bursting at the seams. And Enzo, his youngest son, with the warm whiskey eyes and pliant nature, far too handsome than any man had the right to be, the charmer, the persuader. Now there was his son-in-law, too, thanks to Lila's marriage, though he seemed too unhinged to reign over anything that wasn't hell. And then there was his favorite, his secret son, his golden boy, Essere il Beniamino. Not a highborn Ferrante, but capable nonetheless. He'd come into play, but not now, not yet. He'd a rook and a knight, a bishop and a king, a few pawns and a queen. Vello stared at the Battle of Waterloo chess set in his office, stroking his chin with the little energy he had left. He could live like this for months, maybe even years, but he knew when he wanted to die and how. All he needed was to appoint his successor. One of them was going to take his place, to lay claim to his blood-soaked territory, from the entire East Coast to Naples, Italy, become the Don of the Camorra, the indisputable ruler of the underworld. But who? Luca, Achilles, Enzo, Tiernan crossed out. Essere il Beniamino. Chapter 1. Tiernan. 362 days to self-destruction. Pain. It was one of my favorite delicacies. I savored the hot lick of a sharp knife, the icy kiss of metal shackles, the explosive heat of bones crushing beneath knuckles. Rarely there was nothing better than getting a little fucked up to remind me I was alive. Apparently, though, even I had my limits. I found them in the basement of the Ferrante crime family, zip-tied onto a wooden chair that reeked of shit, piss, and dried blood. My face was swollen from being beaten to a pulp for the last 14 minutes. The first 20 were enjoyable enough. Fuck, I even got a little stiffy when Achilles took out the brass knuckles. Now, however, I'd overindulged.